22nd, 2003. The opening, Solomon Schechter Day School of the Pioneer Valley.
Yeah, the library, good idea.
Here we have the new library.
Do you need a voiceover?
We are old. God, I'm getting old.
This is our senior board.
That's much nicer, but I have to do my job here. Hello. Here's one for
Welcome everyone to our beautiful new building. Okay. Welcome to our beautiful new building. Is it not amazing? Also amazing is that while this building is new, our school is not so new anymore. Actually, we've been in existence for 8 years now. We've grown from 7 kindergarten students in 1 classroom and a staff of 2 to the strength of 85 students, 26 staff people, 18 volunteer board members, and countless committee members. That's great. Community. I spoke last week at CBI and giving them an official thank you for all they've done for us. And that was the week when we read in the Torah the Parshat Bereshit. And I thought it was a fitting Parsha to be reading that week for several reasons. One is it was baseball season. And of course, you know the correlation between Bereshit and baseball, you know, in the big inning. But also because in that parsha, God creates humanity. God creates Adam from nothing but a vision, and that's what we have here today. Also in that parsha, God says, "Let us create Adam." Who is he talking to? Who's us? Well, the scholars believe that God was conferring with the angels. And so that was the very first committee meeting. But in truth, it's all about us and no I. It's us, it's we, it's all of us together that have made our successes come true. It's also because of all of us. There are so many people who have contributed so greatly, and so many groups who have contributed so greatly. But none were sufficient. It's only because those people are necessary to make it happen, and we'll be honoring some of those people today. But they were not sufficient. It's only because everyone contributed. I just wanted to mention the founding families today. The Glickman White families, Platkins, Matrani Marmers, the Minoffs, the Osofskys, Silversteins, Freeman Grobarts, the Landers, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten anyone. These founders started with a vision and a will to make it happen. Well, where are we 8 years later? What do we have? First, we have a superlative secular education program, second to none, in my opinion, with a stimulating curriculum, and the most incredible teachers. We have a fabulous Judaic staff who teach our children Torah, Jewish history, Hebrew, and prayer, while respecting gender equality, religious diversity, and community outreach. And we provide an ethical, moral, and social education, which is lacking in many schools, based on sound Jewish principles, which celebrate the uniqueness of each child, while helping children to succeed and being social beings in the greater world. All of this is under the brilliant guidance of our amazing and talented principal, Sandy Warren. Strive for improvement, but I don't think it gets a whole lot better than this. So now, today, we celebrate another achievement, this fabulous and beautiful building. We celebrate not only its physical being, but this community that came together to create it. From the parents who entrust their children to the school, to the board of directors who guided its conception, and of course, we celebrate all the volunteers, the hundreds and hundreds of hours which have gone into all the details of this project. We celebrate all of you who are here today, and some who are not, for the support in this very important endeavor, which has forever changed the face of Jewish life in the Pioneer Valley. Before we move on with our speakers, I want to thank some of the people who helped put together the celebration today. Rena Morrissey, Patricia Young, Julia Shevin, Iris Granot, David Tobin, Richard Norris, Beth Lev, Julie Moss, Mark Horowitz, and Gail Stern, Heather Levante, as well as the talented members of Pleasantville who have donated their time today, and anyone else who has brought out this project. I also want to thank our teachers for coming out on a Sunday. It's not a usual work day. And just a little bit of logistics. You should have a program. They come in 3 colors, 3 flavors. And rather than have everybody tour the building at once and have a big crowd in the halls, we're hoping to stagger it. So at the end of the program, after the singers, people with the yellow brochures can go out and take a tour, and then maybe 10 minutes later we'll have the blue group and then the green group, just so that there's a little breathing room out in the halls. The teachers will also be in the classroom, so you can look around and talk with the teachers. We have been so fortunate to have Harold Grinspoon, Diane Troutman, Joanna Valentine, and the Grinspoon Foundation as our partners over these years. The foundation supports our operating budget and programming in so many ways. One really incredible program is the TIP program. It's a tuition incentive program, where tuition is subsidized to the tune of $2,500 per student per year for every year that the child is in this school. This incredible program makes our school the most affordable, wonderful private elementary school in the Valley. And that's a great thing. We also have the utmost gratitude to the Grinspoons and the Foundation for being our partners in this building project, without whom this building absolutely positively would not exist. In case you didn't know, the Grinspoon Foundation gives us 50 cents for every dollar that we collect in our capital campaign through this coming June. So thank you so much for supporting us and having faith in us. And to honor his contributions, we are proud to officially name this building the Harold Grinspoon Building.
It really doesn't get any better than this. Trust me on that. We are so thrilled to be here with you and to see these faces and to know how hard each one of you have worked to make this moment a reality. My daughter called me yesterday. She lives in Santa Cruz, and she asked me what my weekend was like and when I was touring, and I told her we'd be coming up here. And she went to Heritage Academy, and she's been long gone. She's 36 years old now, and they were 2 children, very young kids, 2.5 and 5 months. And she stopped after I said that, and she said, There's a Solomon Schechter School there in Northampton, Mom. And I know what she was thinking. I mean, not only was she thinking, I'm coming back, but that's beside the point, because she knows at this point she's probably going to be there for a little while. I know she was thinking that she needs to create a school in Santa Cruz, a Jewish day school. There isn't one. And what I wanted to say to her, but I didn't, if you are prepared to spend every waking minute for the next 8 years, then you will have a school. Because that's what it takes every waking minute. And I know that. I do. Yesterday, Harold and I were privileged to go to, we have 3 grandchildren in the Boston area, and they go to the Jewish Community Day School. And they, like you, had this kind of an event last night. And you know, I know, it's like thrilling. It's absolutely thrilling. And I know when Winnie, my daughter-in-law, decided to put her kids in that school, instead of the schools that were already established in the Boston area, I said to her, every waking minute. She was a lawyer. She stopped that. Every waking minute. And that is what it takes. So, Yasha Koa, you're all terrific. And I just want to say one word to the kids. Kids, look at me. Can you look at me? I'm going to tell you something. You are the first classes for this building. It's because of you that this building was built. But I'm going to tell you that you will transform the lives of your parents. You will transform the families that you live in. Because that's what happened to me when I put my children in Jewish day schools. It's something your parents can't even begin to imagine, how their lives are going to be transformed. So, Yasha Koa, we're thrilled to be here with you, and I know Harold's going to say a few words.
I always make my speeches very short because Diane is phenomenal. I would have to tell you that in this audience many of you are very unique and very special. And Miss Joanne Valentine from this community, the Amish community, represents you folks very well. So I was with her the other day. We have a new concept we're kind of unroll on how we can help Jewish education. And it's something I've been working hard to get get Joanna to do. And she's been dragging her feet. And the other day she came to the office and she said, Howard, she said, you know, I think they have other priorities over this than what you want to do, and you should really consider A, B, C, and D. So I wanted to tell you you're really well represented. Joanna, stand up, please. Stand up. I'm not going to mention all the people who I think have done an outstanding, brilliant job here. But it's really a pleasure for me to be here in this honoring event of this marvelous building and what you folks have put into it. I feel great as a Jew being here amongst you. I want to just tell you that two weeks ago we had a PEAG meeting, which is an organization to help Jewish day schools. Initially it was there to help Jewish day schools start. Now we've expanded our concept. We have 15 partners. Each one is committed to $300,000 a year for 5 years to help the Jewish Day School movement move forward. And from here, I'm all dressed up because I'm going to Boston because Peach has a conference in Boston tonight and tomorrow and Tuesday. But there are a lot of us who are on the same ship, the same boat, to feel that Jewish education for our children is absolutely essential. I'd like to just finish up by telling you that I have been in this town numerous times in the last year, not in Jewish education, but I've been here with the privilege of dealing with one of your most outstanding politicians, who was an incredible person, who was my worst adversary I've ever met in my life. Could you please get up here? we are located in 130 cities in 32 states around the country. And we have yet to meet an adversary that's like as tough as this gal over here. She is brilliant. You folks are so lucky to have her. Let me tell you, she is outstanding. I've been trying to convince her to do a compromise with me, and she said, Harry, you're impossible. And I said, Mia, you're impossible. So, God bless you, Mia. Thank you. I want to thank you all for inviting Diane to be here. Much obliged.
Thank you so much, Carl, Diane, Joanna, for everything. About Congregation B'nai Israel next door. I think not everyone may know that we lease the land that this school is on, the land that we're sitting on right now, for $1 a year. Prepaid for 75 years. How different things might have been if we had to buy land at market price and then try to have money left over to build a building. CBI is our landlord, our neighbor, our friend, and in many cases, one and the same as ourselves. We are so grateful to the leadership of CBI who helped make this agreement happen. CBI didn't always have it so easy. This was not a natural, necessarily an easy decision for them to make. And there was some conflict and some concern about their doing this. So we really appreciate that the leadership has been strongly supportive, and majority of the membership of CBI is strongly supportive of what we've done. So thank you, CBI, for your invaluable contributions and for your collaboration. We look forward to working together for many years to come. That's all. Dorothy, co-president. Unfortunately, Dorothy couldn't be here today.
I first want to make sure that credit goes where it belongs, which is to Alan Black and to Dorothy Dennett, who were the presidents, as well as to Jane Kaufman, because the three of them, I think, were instrumental in negotiating this, brokering this arrangement. I'm in the enviable position of enjoying the fact that the building is here, and this is a room full of very happy people, without actually having to have done any of the really hard work required to make it happen. I just want to say a couple of words. I was told I have, at most, quote, 3 minutes, so I'll try to stick with that. I think it's safe to say, although undoubtedly some will disagree, that our culture and our tradition has not made great contributions to world cuisine. However, we have made up, in my judgment, by making one really enormous contribution to the way the world works. And that is an understanding that the strength of our culture and our faith is not going to come from blind acceptance, but from constant inquiry. What is admirable about this building to me, and about this school, and about all of the energy that this school embodies, is that it represents yet another step in that commitment of our culture to constant inquiry. And I think it is a testament to people's courage, it is a testament to people's endurance, it is a testament, yes, to people's stubbornness, that this place in 8 years went from a vague idea to a really fantastic building. I should tell you, and I speak now only for myself, I don't want to represent all of CBI, but to me, the decision to place the school here has always been a no-brainer. As far as I'm concerned, anything that creates another opportunity for inquiry, for learning, and for community, for the Jewish community in the Pioneer Valley, strengthens all aspects of that community. So for me, it's really a delight to drive up here and to see this astonishing building as part of a larger vision of what this part of Northampton can be for the Jews of this area, for the community as a whole, and for the valley. Now, before I was promoted to my current position, I was actually the chair of the Ed Committee at the synagogue. And so I want to add a couple of words from that perspective of advice to the new school. They're really very simple. Take very, very, very good care of your teachers. There is absolutely nothing that is going to matter more to the school than the teachers and the staff of the school. And while I know that the bricks and mortar are crucial to let the teachers do the work, the real lifeblood of this institution are the people who give so generously of their time, of their expertise, and of their dedication. So whatever you are doing for your teachers right now, do more. I'd like to, on behalf of all of CBI, welcome you here, tell you how happy we are that you have come, tell you how wonderful it is to see you here, and on behalf of the congregation, I guess to Joanne, we'd like to offer you 2 mezuzot to remind us both of what this place stands for and what our shared values are. And once again, Mazel Tov and Yasher Koach to all.
Thank you so much. Well, the actual planning and construction of this building involved so much work, you can hardly imagine, and so much vigilance over the details. I don't think there is anyone in our community who could have done it like Claire Barroness, chair of our building committee. Claire? Claire supposedly has another job, but I wouldn't know it, based on his involvement and his total availability during this process. Blair can tell you about every nail, every window, every office measurement in this building. There is absolutely no way in the world we could have done it without you. So thank you on behalf of the entire community, and thank you to the entire building committee.
Thank you very much. I'll take 2 minutes just to thank a few people. From the building committee, if you could all stand up. Abby Steiner, Ann Kornblatt, Lee Matrani, Aaron Sharp, James Legere, Jonathan Ginsberg, Linda Minoff, and Yukio Lang. Thank you. Also helping the building committee were Rich Morse, Norman Blaine, who donated his help in the sound system, Phil Doyle, who donated his time with our computer setup. I'd like to repeat the thanks to Congregation B'nai Israel, in particular to Alan Black, Jane Hoffman, Mark Grumberg, David Bloomberg, and David Cohen. And also Mark Clutter on the building committee. Sorry, Mark. Okay, now to one of the truly indispensable people who managed the building of this project, Jonathan Wright and the crew from Wright Builders, Mark Bichette, Bob the Builder Benoit, Linda, Joyce, Kirsten, and all the subcontractors. Thank you very much. Architectural services, Chris Riddle, Carol Vinci, and Jennifer Calls. Thank you very much. Chris is here. And for the engineering and the site work, Rick and Aaron and everyone at Berkshire Design. And finally, I'd like to thank my family, Julie and Anna and Leah, who accompanied me on many midnight tours of the building saying, "Is this just the way you want it?" So thank you very much.
Thank you, Blair. We're very pleased today to have a number of other partners in our community. Today we have Michael Bardsley, Jim Dostal, Marianne Labarge here. Would you please stand? Thank you so much for coming. And I'm pleased now to introduce State Senator Stan Rosenberg, who's been so supportive of our school. Stan,
Good afternoon, everyone. I was going to introduce the three councils and tell you what wonderful public servants they were, and that was going to be half of my speech. So that means I only have about 1.5 minutes left of prepared comments. I want to congratulate everybody who took a role in this. Harold and Diane, who laid down the challenge, the people in the community who had the vision for this, the committees, the professional people, Jonathan and all the others. You made a dream come true here today. It's really, really wonderful. I have the occasion to go from time to time to the opening of schools because we've built quite a few new schools in the Commonwealth over the last decade or so. And each time I come into one of these celebrations, I am reminded just how important an event this is and how symbolic an event it is in our culture and our society because they are acts which remind us that we do things best as community, when we feel community, when we participate as members of community. And you can't do a project like this, you can't build a school either in the public side or a private school such as this without people deciding to come together and work together on it and form, develop a sense of community and really work together, make decisions together, do the hard work together. So it's a wonderful event when you actually see a school come together. The other thing that I'm reminded of is that it's both a demonstration of commitment to the children and the community of today, but it's also a demonstration of faith in our future, in our collective future. Because you don't build a building for 1 year or for 10 years. A building stands and is part of the community and serves the community for decades, for generations, and so for many, 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 many generations to come, this building will be here, it will be a symbol of the faith and commitment of the people who lived here in this place at this time, who saw the opportunity to work together and build this place so that the children here, as Diane pointed out, can have the benefit of this wonderful thing, but their children and their children's children and other people who we've never even met yet, who will come to this community and will settle here. They will have this wonderful resource, and so you are committing yourselves not only to this generation, but to future generations to provide a quality Jewish education and an opportunity that should be available in this place. And thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who had a hand in it.
Thank you so much. I'm also pleased to welcome another partner, although Harold's nemesis, Mary Claire Higgins.
I wouldn't say that I'm Harold's nemesis, but I would say we have quite a good arm wrestle going on right now. And I'm always optimistic that the outcome will be good. So thank you for inviting me here today. And you know, in any small way that the city of Northampton was helpful in having this building and this community endeavor happen, I'm glad we were able to. And Stan talked about community in terms of this school, but I would like to talk about this school in relation to the larger community. Schools are communities in and of themselves. I worked with kids for 25 years of my life, and some of my best friends and some of the people that continue to support me in my life are people who I met working in a child care center and their children and the extended family that created. And in fact, I had the opportunity to perform a marriage ceremony yesterday for somebody who worked for me for 15 years at a daycare center. So you can get a one-day license to marry in the Commonwealth. Did you know that? It's very entertaining. Yes, it was a lot of work to get it. So anyway, but those communities have to link to our larger community. And when I look around this room, I see people who are linked to the larger community of the city of Northampton and who are committed to making our community strong and vibrant into the future, and a community that values all the people that live in it. Those people who are poor, those people who are well-to-do, those people who have issues that maybe makes them not accepted in the larger community. I see all of you struggling with those issues along with the rest of us, and so I thank you for doing that. I thank you for building this community as your anchor to be able to go out and fight those fights in the larger community. So thank you very much for asking me to be here today in your celebration. I just would like to take a moment to compliment the kids here for their incredible patience. We've been talking at them for like 45 minutes, so I think they're doing a great job, and thanks again and congratulations.
This building also would not exist without the incredible efforts of the Capital Campaign Committee. Co-chairs Yukio Lander, Nancy Flam, and John Jolson have done a phenomenal job. They have nearly done the impossible. They started raising funds for this building years ago and haven't stopped. Even before we had a site, they had no plans to show, no building to point to, and still did their work. These are three incredibly hardworking people, even after a full day of other work. And I can tell you what it takes to do this job since I see it up close. Those late night meetings, decisions, the phone calls, the emails, it's a lot of work. So thank you, Yukio, Nancy, and Johnny for all you do and for all you have done.
What a place to be. The last person on such a program. Trying to find something original to say. But you have all said it, and I could just finish by saying amen to all of your comments. But I'm a rabbi. I have this vocational weakness. But this is this absolutely wonderful, wonderful day for us. And I believe that all of the efforts that we put in recent years are represented by this building, but especially by the children and the staff of the school, as Rob said earlier. Our tradition teaches that where children come together to study Torah, there the Shekinah is present. And just walk into the building sometimes, as I do, for my recreation, for my medicine, and see the children learning, and you know how true the tradition is in describing the presence of the Shekinah. It is here. Come and see it, come and observe it. There's so many people to thank today. It's really a long list, but I feel that I must begin by thanking the Rabbi Shalom, certainly who has made all of this present. So perhaps all of us could join together in a Shehechiyanu. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechiyanu v'kilanu v'hiyanu hazman ha'aseh. I want to thank also all of our generous donors who have made this building possible and who have made this school possible. People who not only that we reached out to, but reached out to us with full understanding of what we have here and what we should be doing and what we want to accomplish. So all of the donors, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is not easy to ask for money. Perhaps one of the most difficult things that I have to do. But I remember the school, I remember our purpose, and I reach out. And you have been so good in responding to us. So thank you, all of you donors. Dan and Harold, possible without you. I perhaps know that more than anybody else has heard. Been your partners since the very beginning of the school. Without you, we would not be here. We would not be here. So I thank you. I want to thank the Avichai Foundation, who gave us a large interest-free loan and to facilitate our building of what we have here, our home today. And we are enormously grateful to them as well. I don't know if there's a representative of Florence Bank, but if you're here, I say thank you from all of us for helping to make this building possible. And especially Joe Brzezinski, the Vice President who dealt with us over the years and who reaches out to us and makes things possible. I want to also thank two artists, Abby Steiner and Emmett Leader. Abby, both parents of children in our school. Abby is a wonderful artist who created our donor book, which we invite you to take a look at in the lobby, which records all of the people that contributed to the school. And there are many such people. There is a print in the beginning of the book, which you will see that Abby created especially for us. And it will be available. And Johnny and I and Nancy will be around to help you. Maybe get one of those prints for yourselves. And Emmett, as you will see around here, Emmett created these beautiful little plaques to recognize the people that have been so generous to us in this undertaking. And I hope maybe someday you'll get a chance to see some of this other work. He produces beautiful Judaica that is distributed all over the country. So I want to thank Abby and Emmett. And of course, the members of our committee. I have seldom had the privilege of working with such dedicated, able, solid people. I mean, I'm getting a little older at this point in my life, and when I'm with them, I feel young. The inner self of Yechiel Lander, who is still young, just gaining such energy and such beauty and such kindness from all of these people. And thank you also members of our building committee. They're all listed on the back of your program. Let me just read them out, and maybe they would be willing to stand. Julie Baroness, Juan Berenson, David Berkman, Rosalie Eisen, Mark Futter, Evelyn Glickman, Chaim Gunner, Jerry Kleiman, Evan Leader, Janice Levy, Linda Minoff, Sheila Peltz-Weinberg, Joan Rubel, Jane Fisher, and James L. Thank you for all of you. We have done so well in raising over $1.6 million, but in order to complete our work now, we must raise at least another $400,000. We must complete the work which we have begun. And so I ask all of you, those who have not given, to come to us, help us in this sacred task, in this sacred undertaking. Those of you who have already given, perhaps a reach beyond what you have given us, to help us complete this work. There are more pages in the donor book to be inscribed on. There are more plaques to be available. And I want to make it available to all of you who are here. The tradition teaches, and my last word, the tradition teaches that where people come together to give acts of charity, to give tzedakah, there too is a Shekhinah present. I invite you all to come into the presence of God by your generosity. I thank you all for what you have done.
And now we welcome back members of the graduating class of 2003. Do we have representatives here? Ready?
Good afternoon. We'll make this as quick as we possibly can to get on to the rest of the program. The 6th grade class from last year, now currently a bar mitzvah class, and the many places where they've gone, donated a bench and a tree to shade that bench in years to come, we hope, in honor of the joy that we felt of being here at the school. The students would like to read something to you now. Use the microphone. Use the microphone.
This is from the Giving Tree by Solomon. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. He would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree, and the tree was happy. We hope that the tree and the bench will provide endless love, comfort, and fun to the many future generations of children and adults who will come through the doors of the Solomon Schechter Day School. Thank you so much. And now we're going to finish our program with the Schechter Simcha Singers, led by Laura Debbie Friedlander. She'll invite all the children from the school who know the songs to come up. And I'll just mention at the end of the song, Rabbi Lander, would you lead us in a motzi? And then we made two songs. What? Oh, two songs. And then the motzi, and then people with the yellow brochures may go out and take a tour, and then a few minutes later I'll call for the blue brochures to go out. Thank you all for coming. Probably going to take us about a minute to assemble ourselves and to get ready. But the first people that I'm going to invite to join us on the stage are the people who just said that beautiful story at the Giving Tree, because they also gave us this song, which is all about building a community, which is all about what we've been talking about this whole afternoon. So, former 6th grade, former pioneer class, or the pioneer class, would you come and take the stage, please? And could you be on the top? Great, be on the top. Now I'm going to invite all the members of our community to help us sing the song that was so well written. The words, believe it or not, are on the board. And they're pretty significant, I would say, just in terms of the sentiments that go along with the school and the kinds of caring and hope and equality. Those are all the types of all the contributions that we would like to make to the community and to continue learning about as a learning community. Mrs. Sterling. Okay. Could you please join us for another song that just about all of us know, I believe, was Fresh Shalom. We're going to do two different versions. One is the traditional version, and then the other version, which we love singing at school, is a Debbie Friedman version. That's not me. I'll get confused, but the other, right? Well, I'm Friedlander, so it's not exactly. All right? Are you ready? Please do join us.
We obviously have much to be thankful for. Thankful to God and thankful to all of you who are here today. So in that spirit of thankfulness, let's make the bracha, the motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Enjoy. Mazel tov. Hello. Well, I would say that it is absolutely astounding to work for months and months and months and build something and have it eventually actually come to something like this event. It gives a purpose to what us architects do.